Yes, we are. This is the world's smallest Disney park, but it's actually the biggest theme park in Hong Kong. It used to get pretty mixed reviews, but lately they've added a lot more new rides, and people have said it's really coming into its own. It's really become one of the better Disney theme parks, so we're excited to see what it's all about. That was really crazy. They just opened the park and everyone began pushing and shoving. It was a mad dash for the park.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. They've had this white line across the road that no one was allowed to cross for like a half hour. Yes. And then they had a little boy and his parents, they had a ribbon and then they cut the ribbon and then like everyone just took off. So I guess we should have been clued in when in the map it says no stampeding. So anyway,
I'm not sure if that rule was followed.
Right.
We just got done doing some of our first rides of the day here at Hong Kong Disneyland, and we thought we'd update you on what we've done so far. So our very first ride of the day was the Iron Man experience, and that's the newest ride at Hong Kong Disneyland. It's part of their, they're like trying to revamp the park over a period of 5 years, I believe it is, so that was kind of their first project. It's the only Marvel ride in a Disneyland park. Out of all of the Disneyland parks, this is the only Marvel ride. And I wasn't really sure what to expect. It was pretty fun actually. You go in and it's a simulator ride, and the whole room moves, and you have a screen in front of you, and the whole story is that you're supposed to be taking a tour of Stark Industries Tower, but then one of the Marvel supervillains comes and hijacks it, and you have to, Iron Man has to save you, and you have to take down the villain. So it was pretty cool, all in all.
And then after that, we went to Hyperspace Mountain, which is basically Space Mountain that they have reskinned, if you will, for Star Wars. So think of Space Mountain and traveling through Space Mountain, except it's a Star Wars themed Space Mountain, and that's what you get with Hyperspace Mountain. And I thought it was great. I thought it was better than at least the Orlando version of Space Mountain. It was a little bit smoother. There were more special effects, a lot more special effects. Of course, the special effects were all Star Wars related, but yeah, it was a nice ride and I would recommend it highly.
Let's see, we also did, we just got off actually the RC Racer, which is a Toy Story ride, and it looks pretty lame from the outside. It's just a big U-shaped roller coaster track. I think there's a name for that, half pipe maybe. But anyways, once you get on it, it's actually pretty fun. It's something nice to do because there really wasn't a line for it at all. The car is pretty big and has a big capacity, so if there's a short line for it, I would say go for it. It's a fun ride to pass the time.
We also did PhilharMagic right after lunch, which is always a good thing to do right after lunch. You don't have to worry about getting on a ride. And it's the identical PhilharMagic that we've seen at Orlando, at Tokyo Disney. So nothing special there, although it's still one of my favorites. And yeah, it was just as good.
Another one we did was the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Again, it was nothing special, but it was a little bit better than the Orlando one. In the Winnie the Pooh department though, I'd say Tokyo Disney definitely wins out over all of them that we've tried so far. Yeah, there wasn't really anything special there. Again, it was a nice ride to pass the time, but I wouldn't go out of your way to do it, really, unless it has a short line. So that's what we've done so far. We are off to Grizzly Gulch and Mystic Point to ride some more rides, and we will update you when we get there.
Well, we are at Toy Story Land here at Hong Kong Disney, and as you can see, the theming here is really, really good. I think it's better than Toontown and some of the other little kids areas that Disney has created throughout its parks internationally. This is all constructed around Tinker Toys, Lincoln Logs, and the whole Toy Story theme. So if you have kids, We had a 5-year-old. We thought this would be too young, and it really wasn't. There's stuff, matter of fact, our teenager enjoyed a couple of the rides here. You know, the adults have enjoyed all the rides here. And again, the theming is just really what makes this special. Hey guys, we're wrapping up our afternoon at Hong Kong Disneyland, and just wanted to let you know we wrapped up in the afternoon after we ate Toy Story Land. But after that, we went to Mystic Manor.
Mystic Manor was pretty cool. It is a trackless ride. If you've ever been to Tokyo Disneyland, they have a trackless Winnie the Pooh ride there. In comparison, the Winnie the Pooh trackless ride in Tokyo was a lot better. Not a lot better, but it was better. Mystic Manor was still pretty cool though. The whole idea that there's a music box and somebody activates the music box and it turns out to be a magical music box, and it makes all the things in the Mystic Manor, the house, the music makes everything come alive. And yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. The music was written by Danny Elfman, and it's pretty good music. It was overall a good ride.
And then after Mystic Manor, we went to Big Grizzly Mountain mining car rides. I think I got all the words in. We actually rode that twice. It really has some great surprises in it. You know, at one point you think you're going up a mountain, the cable breaks, and you go hurling back down the mountain into the mining caves, and just a great effect. And then while you're sitting there sort of reeling from going backwards, you are shot out like a cannon for the rest of the ride. I mean, you really take off. So 2 terrific effects on that ride. Maybe one of my favorite roller coaster rides at Disney. I mean, strict roller coaster rides. Definitely one of my top 5. It was just packed full of surprises.
After that, we went and saw a show called Mickey's Wondrous Book. We had heard a lot about it, and it was supposed to be really good, and I think it met all of our expectations. The whole story is that there's this enchanted storybook that Mickey and Goofy find, and they accidentally bring Olaf from Frozen out of the book, and they have to find where he belongs in the book before he melts. And so there's lots of, it goes through like the big Disney movies, like some of the princesses, what else? Jungle Book was in there. So the classic Disney movies, it goes through all those in song form and dancing, and it's really fun. And yeah, I really liked it. What do you think?
Yeah, they mix really well, sort of the live performance, because the singers are actually singing with a audio track and with special effects on the screen, as well as what's going. I mean, they go from live stage into this storybook, which is obviously video, and the effects are seamless. Just Disney magic, you know, they do it all the time, and they just never cease to amaze me what they can do.
So that was our afternoon at Hong Kong Disneyland. Now we're off to finish up some of the rides we didn't catch earlier and go eat some dinner. So yeah, we'll catch you later. Wrapping up our day here at Hong Kong Disneyland. It's been a great day. We've been able to hit all of the big rides at least twice, if not 3 times. If you come to Hong Kong, I definitely recommend coming to Disneyland. You really only need to spend 1 day here. As I said before, we were able to get all of the big rides in at least twice, if not 3 times. It was definitely worth it, a great experience. It was interesting to compare since we've been to both Walt Disney World in Orlando and Tokyo Disney in Japan early this year. Hong Kong Disneyland is like really, the theming is great, the rides are really fun. What was interesting though is the cast members, they were friendly but not as out of their way friendly as they are in like Walt Disney World in Tokyo. And I think that's just sort of the culture here, is people are nice but not everybody is going out of their way nice. In terms of cast members, it's just a cultural thing, and it was just interesting to see the differences between all the Disney parks. So again, I totally recommend it. coming to Hong Kong Disneyland if you have a free day in Hong Kong. We are off to go get seats for the fireworks show, so we're gonna play those at the end so you can see. Don't forget to like and comment below what your favorite Disney park is, and we'll see you later.